And welcome back to the show. This is Capone, your fellow WWE Wrestling, ROH, New Japan Pro, NXT, all the wrestling. We love them all. This is Monday Night Raw review for last night. It was today's the 27th. Last night was the 26th. If you watched my preview, I made some predictions, and I wasn't too off on them. So, real quick, I'm trying to keep these videos to about, the reviews are going to be about 10, 15 minutes tops. I'm trying to keep them under 10 or 10 max. So, I'm not going to go over the full show. It was 3 hours long. There's some stuff that just isn't worth talking about. I think you guys know what that stuff is. My example on that stuff that I'm not going to talk about is going to be like Gold Dust coming out. You know, he cuts a great promo. And then they do the whole R-Truth Goldust match, not even a match. I mean, it was just stupid. It's not worth talking about. There's other stuff to talk about. So I'm not going to go over the full show. It's a 3-hour show, and I don't want to make a 45-minute YouTube video. I don't think that's fun. And I appreciate you guys. I know I got a pretty face, but I don't think you want to look at it that long. So we're going to start out right from the beginning, though. I said it. I said if they showed an ambulance, they should blow it up. And what do? They show an ambulance. Roman Reigns comes out, and he's cut a promo, and you knew that was going to happen. He's getting great fan reaction. They're booing the hell out of him, and he's probably selling merchandise. I get it. He comes out there. He's cutting a promo. It's a typical promo of, cutting one off on Braun Strowman saying he's going to win. And sure enough, ambulance noise hit. I started cracking up because I'm thinking, oh, here we go. And, of course, he does what, I'm sorry, he's predictable at this point with the WWE. He leaves the ring. He's creeping up to it. The small part of me thought maybe Braun was in there, but most of it said he's not going to be in there. It's too obvious. Opens the doors, and sure enough, he's not in there. Crowd goes crazy. Braun attacks him. They do a decent spot. Braun almost falls off the stage. Braun literally launched Roman. I'll give him credit. That was a nice bump he took against the ambulance. And again, anyone who goes, oh, it's fake, they don't get hurt. Throw yourself against an ambulance and see if you can not get hurt. I guarantee you'd hurt him a little bit. But it's just, this is the problem I have. And again, I'm not trying to go into too much of it because I really am supporting my friend Houdini. Again, check his channel out. He gives a little more about the Attitude Era and all that and talks about what they need to change. But this is the kind of time when I watched in the Attitude Era, everyone talks about it was better in this. But this would have been something where, the ambulance would have been, Braun Strowman would have been put in the ambulance probably. Roman Reigns would have drove that sucker out to the parking lot, and they would have done an angle where he probably crushed it or somehow it blew up. And then next week or so, there's Braun Strowman, and he truly is the monster amongst men. But they do this stupid thing where he just, he throws him in there, beats on, and they drive off. And then my issue I have with that is later on in the show, I'm getting ahead, I know, but later on in the show, at some point, Cole says, we're getting word or something to the effect of that Roman Reigns has escaped. Okay, so does that mean he's going to show up? He's going to be there? No. They ended the show with nothing. They opened the show with that decent segment, and then they announced that Roman Reigns has escaped, and that's it. That just makes no sense to me. If you're going to do it, have something like amazing happen. It just doesn't work anymore. So I was laughing though because I was like, blow it up. Come on, blow it up. And they didn't. And I don't know, maybe it's in today's culture. They're afraid if they blow up the ambulance and the impression being that Braun Strowman was in it, it'd be too non-PG. This whole PG era thing, I'm sorry. It's maybe it's because it's the Attitude Era is where I'm used to, but it's just killing the product. They're just, the storylines, they don't care about story anymore. It's all about, who's selling merchandise and all that. So it's kind of sad in my opinion. Later on, Heyman does the interview. It's a classic interview. And then out comes Samoa Joe, excuse me. And during the interview, Samoa Joe, because they were not there in the back, Samoa Joe comes out and kind of grabs Paul. And the thing I love about Paul Heyman is he not only is a great talker, he has a great, facial animation. He looks scared, legit, like, oh crap, I could get choked out again. So, watch that again and you can see Paul, he looks scared, and I'm sure he was. He legit was scared, and I think he really was like, oh, please don't do that joke again. And Joe is doing a great job selling this because he has to sell tough right now. I mean, you're going against Brock Lesnar, and again, unless they really change it up, I doubt it. Brock is going to win it. Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view. I love that title. The sponsors have to be some kind of cream. Cream for that. I don't know what the cream's called, but just do it. But he's great on that. So I think that's he's doing a great job at playing his role in this feud, playing very tough, very strong. But it's gonna be, I think, everyone kind of knows Brock is the one they're gonna have win at the pay-per-view, unless WWE does a change, which I would definitely say do it, because I think you don't need to. They're using Brock as that. You'll hear Paul Heyman has said before that Brock is that must-see guy, and I agree with that. But at a point, you kind of get annoyed because it's like he's only there once, twice a month, if that, and it's just annoying, really. Joe would be someone great to put on title on. He could do some stuff with it. So, sorry, I'm talking fast, but I have to here. So that went on, and he said, "Don't worry, just send the message." And then Paul was seen later waiting for Brock to show up. I'm going to skip over the next one because I'm going to end on this. So my next thing I'm talking about is the Enzo coming out. Again, Enzo cuts a great promo. Very emotional, very real. I mean, I think he's really putting this in. These guys were a tag team. They took the road together. They came up from NXT into WWE, and WWE killed their characters. I mean, they're splitting up a team that just doesn't make sense. My friend Houdini, he put it perfectly. Crime Time. If you don't know who they were, go back and find them. You want to talk about killing a tag team? WWE did it with them, and they're doing the same thing with Enzo and Cass. And they're going to push Cass. They're going to try to push Enzo, but it's bad. But again, Enzo did a great job here. Really sold the emotion. I think it was real. I don't think he had to sell it. It was real. These guys are brothers. Again, as soon as Enzo was Cass was trying to act like, oh, he's apologetic, and he hugs him and he apologizes. They're in the ring, and everyone's happy. I knew it. As soon as he went on the ramp and he turned and raised Enzo's hand, I was clothesline. Clothesline. There it is. Now, Enzo took clothesline good, but what Enzo really should get credit for is being tossed. And I know Cass had him out there going, this is going to suck for you, buddy. He tosses him, and he hits that metal grate. And, I mean, I know Enzo was, he wasn't hurt. He was selling, but I guarantee he was just laying there going, that hurt. That was steel. He sold a great promo from Enzo. Cass, he does okay promos, but Enzo was always the talker of the group. And I think Cass is going to struggle when it comes to that. But they're setting up a match, and it's going to be a match that I don't think is going to be that good. So, Great Balls of Fire, there's another match for you. Why that name? Great Balls of Fire? Really? I'm doing this. Great Balls. PG. We'll keep it PG. All right. Then I have... and Cass came out too and confronted Corey Graves, which is kind of interesting to me because Corey Graves, I think, had too many concussions, and that's why he no longer wrestled in NXT, and he became announcer. If he wrestles, that would be very interesting because Daniel Bryan has been wanting to come back to wrestle for a long time. WWE won't let him. So if they do let him come back, Corey Graves come back in any man to wrestle, watch Daniel Bryan. That might be that would be interesting. But I think it'll just be, they're setting something up where I think Corey Graves will say, hey, this is where I'm getting my information from, and that starts the feud. So we'll see. Okay, so we're towards the end here, guys. Joe attacks Brock. So Brock shows up. He's coming out to the ring. I questioned why he was dancing so long, and then just before Brock died, I thought maybe, and he did. Joe attacked Brock. Now, what's really interesting is I think Joe was choking him. I think Joe, maybe he was told by Brock. I'm sure Brock, he's a tough guy. He says, make it real. Look at Brock's face. That is red. He, I think, legit was getting choked, and I think Joe was just letting enough air in so he didn't pass out. But Brock was, really getting choked out. Again, it made Joe look tough. It made Joe look like he might have a chance against Brock. So they're doing everything they can, I think, to make people believe that Joe has a chance. But he doesn't, because WWE won't let him. And that's a shame because he could be something that could be really good. But that was good. I was happy with that. But at some point, Brock's going to do something. And we all know it's coming. It's a setup, but it's again, I feel bad. I think Joe, this push is going to be great. But then at Great Balls of Fire, if he loses, everything he's done goes down. Where does he go? So that's that. Now, they ended the show with a female gauntlet match. I don't have the order of who came in when and all that, but Nia Jax was like 1 or 2. She goes through the first 4 or 5, females, no problem, basically. I'm okay with this. I have said it for the longest time. Nia Jax, yeah, she is a big woman, but she can wrestle. She's athletic, and she's the Brock Lesnar of the women's division. Put the title on her. She could go 3 pay-per-views just looking like a bad you-know-what, and it'd be fine. But for some reason, WWE doesn't want to do that because who comes out last? Sasha Banks. Now they're going to say, people will talk, people will talk and say, oh, well, Nia Jax, WWE is going to play it off as Nia Jax went through all this. She was tired, so that's why Sasha Banks has a chance at beating her. But again, it's like they do this thing with Nia Jax where they make her look strong, and they always talk about how tough she is, and then she loses. So you're basically not, I don't know when they're going to put the title on her. They have to at some point because otherwise it's a waste to me. But you're just making her look weak. You're making Nia Jax look like she's not the baddest. She needs to be, use her size as a way to say, listen, there is no one in the division right now that even matches her strength, her size. Nobody. And then maybe when you get, Osaka? No. Asuka. Wow, then one of those. But when a couple of the women from the NXT that come up there, then maybe you got some challenge there. But right now, Nia Jax needs to be your Brock Lesnar, Goldberg even of the women's division. That's how you need to do that. Okay, so I'm at 11 minutes, so I'm going to talk about the thing I really wanted to talk about, and that is this Miz TV segment. Now, I don't follow basketball. I don't care about basketball. I like football. They had these guys on the Ball family. I don't know. The guy had the he's logo there, the 3 Bs, which I have a problem with because I actually way back when came up with that for my name, the Triple B. So yeah, I should sue him for that, but I won't. But it just didn't work for me because it made Miz look terrible. That first, I don't know their names. I don't care to know their names. The first guy that came out jumping around said he's better than Jordan. I guess that's where I asked my friend. That's where I guess he got his hype from because he claims to be better than Jordan, but he never actually played or something. I don't know. Don't even go there, buddy. I'm not even a basketball fan, and I'll say Jordan was the best. So, but then he had his son come out who just got brought on to the Lakers, and they did the whole purple thing. And then his youngest son came out, who I guess is in college. I went back and watched some video on, was throwing air balls. Now, I can't play basketball. I will never claim to play basketball, and he could probably beat me one-on-one. But the kid was throwing air balls. All 3, the first guy said he was jumping on the ring. Miz was getting pissed. Miz was getting angry. It was funny. I felt bad for the Miz. The segment was terrible. I was only laughing because the guy was stupid. The segment was terrible. So this guy's jumping around the ring. Then the guy got drafted to the LA Lakers there. He said all of like 4 words. And the youngest son is sitting there with a smirk on his face. And at one point, the father's like, go get him, son. He said his name. And the kid gets up and smiles, and he just walks behind the Miz. It's stupid. And finally, he's like, the guy takes his shirt off because Miz starts, and you could tell the Miz, I think, wanted to deck him. I think the Miz was really like, this is stupid. It made look, the Miz, love him or hate him, he's actually very good on the mic. And he's a good wrestler. He's a good character. I like his character. He's not the best. He's good though, and I think he deserves what he's gotten so far. But that made him look bad. And then Dean Ambrose comes out wearing the guy's shirt and says something stupid like, "Oh no, I'm the rep, and I don't mind doing this because I get free shirts." And his music hit. Terrible writing, just a terrible thing. It was a advertisement for that guy's company and the LA Lakers. Did nothing for the feud, did nothing for Miz, did nothing for Dean Ambrose, did nothing for the story. That's the issue that WWE has right now. So, guys, I'm trying to keep these under about 15 minutes, and I'm right there. So, I'm going to end it there today. I hope you like this. 2 things real quick off the bat. Number 1, I appreciate everyone who is following me. I think I'm up to 6 subscribers, which is great. I appreciate it. If you know friends, send them along. I really like that. Please like, subscribe, leave comments too. I would like to know if you guys like what I'm doing, if I can change it up. The other thing I do is I'm looking into doing a video game channel. Nothing crazy though. Very, I'm not going to cover all tons of video games. Mostly WWE 2K18. I would like to do a little episode on that. What I kind of think they're going to do, what they should do. Maybe Destiny 2 when it comes out, some stuff on that. But that kind of thing. Let me know what you think. Leave comments. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. This is fun for me. I'm having a blast doing it, and that's about it. So I'm Capone. I'm out. Peace.